Hi guys, welcome to Comics at Dawn. I'm Dawn, and today, technically I've done 3 videos now today, but in this video, I'm gonna be showing you guys, oh it's heavy, struggling. I got some stuff from the comic book store, so I thought it would be fun to show you guys some of the cool stuff that I got. All comic books, except for one thing. And I'll just go ahead and show you that one now. It's at the very bottom. So I just opened up some Perfect Order packs. I opened up an ETB and then I opened up a booster bundle. And I really want to make a master set. So while I was at the comic book store, I seen this super cute Pokemon binder and I had to grab it. I don't know why it was only $9 though. It looks like it has the sleeves in there. I bought a binder from GameStop one time and GameStop must just overcharge because they overcharge on a lot of things, so why wouldn't they overcharge on the binders? Plus, I think that comic book store that I go to is really just awesome, but $9 for a Pokemon binder isn't bad. Plus, it's a unicorn. I love unicorns. Is it glaring? Okay, now you can see it. But after this video, I'm going to be trying to make a master set, and that's the binder it's going to be going in, so I'm pretty excited. But now let's get to the comic books, because I got a lot of comic books this time, and guess what? It didn't cost $138. Oh, I can't believe that happened, but also my fault. I should have spoken up for myself. If you haven't seen that video, I recently got scammed at a comic book store. So now I'm never going there again. Never cheating on my original comic book store. That's what I get. But yeah, this cost me like $50 or something like that. Like really close. Like it was like $50 or something. Maybe like closer to $60 because I did get a binder that was like $10. But I want to show you guys the new comic books that I picked up. And then I found some comics in the dollar bin and was charged $1 for them, so that's exciting. But I went on Tuesday and that sucks because Wednesday was new comic book day, so I didn't get to get like the comic books that came out this week. But they were also closing whenever I was looking, so I was trying to hurry up and grab stuff really quick. I had gotten the dollar comics while I was waiting in between Pokemon games. And then after the tournament ended, I think it was like 10 minutes before they closed, and they said it was okay if I like grabbed what I wanted. And they weren't rushing me, but I was just trying to be respectful. But let me show you some of the comics that I got. So I got the and I have to show you guys this because I read it last night, and let me just say, I will be reading again. So if you watched my video where I talk about comics that I've recently read, I told you guys that I'm really into reading the X-Men right now. So I wanted to get some X-Men, but I did not know it was a wraparound cover, and it is so cool. I can't believe that. Like, I would hang it up if I could somehow. I don't even know how I would do that. But I love it. I was trying to pick out a cover and I was like, Rogue looks pretty good on that one. And then as I was reading it, I got to the end and was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. So I would hang it up. Don't know how to do that because I don't really know. I'm not doing it. I'll just have to like pull it out every once in a while and look at it. But I got the Uncanny X-Men number 26. And I am going to be making a video again where I tell you guys comic books that I read recently and what I thought about them. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys. I will be reading the Uncanny X-Men again. If you have any advice for me where I'm a new X-Men reader, let me know because I don't know where to start. I don't know if I started in a good starting spot. It seems like the story, it's not just begun, but it doesn't seem like I'm like starting at like the end of like a storyline. I don't even know how to describe that. I don't know if that makes sense, but it seemed like an okay place to start. And then I wanted this comic really bad. Not this comic really bad in particular, But David Nakayama was doing a bunch of really cool covers where it's like all one color with the variant. I don't really know if it's like a color block variant or what it is, but I thought it was really awesome, and I didn't have any of these yet. And I really want the Nightwing one, and I'll put it up. I think the Nightwing one came out Wednesday, and I wasn't able to grab it. But I wanted the X-Men one because I seen it there, and I have been loving the X-Men. I did read this one last night, and hey, it says right here, color block variant edition, so that is what it's called. I wasn't sure, so that's cool, it tells you. But love David Nakayama. I have many of his covers. He's a pretty cool artist. So I read that one, and it wasn't bad, but I think I liked the Uncanny X-Men more. Yes, that is what it's called, just making sure. And it said Gail Simone writes it, and I feel like I've read other stuff that she's written and liked it. I can't think of what it is off the top of my head that I have read by her that I loved, so I just don't know. I've read a lot of different series, a lot of different stuff, a lot of different writers. I'll have to look at my League of Comic Geeks, but she's written some stuff that I have enjoyed. Okay, so next up, Dead by Daylight, and it may be a silly addition to my comic book reading, but I like the game, so I thought it would be interesting to read it. So I haven't read it yet, but I'm excited to read it, and I got the last issue that was at the comic book store, so if I wouldn't have went, I wouldn't have probably been able to get it. So I'm glad I was able to, and it comes with an exclusive in-game code. I don't have like a PC to play on. I have Xbox and Switch. Like, we have a PC here, so I could play on it, and I could play, because when you have a PC, you don't have to pay for live or something. I don't know. My boyfriend was trying to explain it to me once, and I've forgotten because it's been a while. But when I was playing, I played a lot on my Xbox. But with the Xbox, you have to get the the Game Pass. And I just don't play that much, where I feel like I can justify me getting the Game Pass. But I think I might have to I'm about to be on summer break, so I can justify it. I'll be like, in my head, because it's like, I feel guilty getting stuff that I don't really need, but then I keep making all these unboxing videos and these comic book haul videos, so it's like, girl math, I don't know. But summer break is coming up, so I feel like I would have a lot more time to read, or not read, but yes, I would have more time to read, and I would have more time to play video games. So maybe I'll get back into Dead by Daylight at the end of this month, because I think I have one more week until finals. Wish me luck. I took a test today, and usually I always get A's, and I got an 86, and 86 is still good, but I want an A. But I still have an A in the class, but not an 86. But the next up, we have Dimensional Rivals. Sometimes I can't word. I'm tired, I'm excited, I'm slap happy. But in my video where I talked about the comics I read recently, this was one of them, and I said I liked it and was gonna try to get the next issue. And I did. And I tried to see what other issues they had of it. And unfortunately, they didn't really have 1, 2, 3. Well, the sticker's right in the middle of the spot. I don't know what issue this is. Okay, 4. So they didn't have 1 and 2, and I have 3. So I'm gonna be starting the story from 3 and up. But I feel like that's okay. I can use my imagination. But next up, we have Fantastic Four. I'm really loving the Fantastic Four right now. And I got this super cool cover. I'm surprised it doesn't say Marvel Rivals in the bottom. Why is all the Marvel stuff saying Marvel Rivals in the bottom? I'm really confused. Is it just because people are playing the game so much and they want people to know, like, hey, if you like Marvel Rivals, read this? Like, what's going on with that? I'm confused. Is that what it is? Okay, so next up, we have Sirens, Love Hurts. I feel like whenever I've looked at the variant covers for this series, I haven't seriously seen too many variant covers that I've like absolutely loved. So I think the last two issues I've gotten just cover A. For the very first issue, I'm pretty sure I got a Black Canary variant, but the last couple of Gotham City Sirens runs, I feel like there was one year, I can't remember what year it was. It was probably the Punchline year because I'm obsessed with Punchline. But I feel like I was in a place where I was like, I want every single variant. This is not good. But I don't feel like that with this series. But I do like the writing, but it's like, I'm not in love with every variant. But it also could have just been because I'm obsessed with Punchline. Okay. So now we're getting into the dollar comics that I got. So excited because they had so many of them. I'll put up a picture and I'll stay on this side really quick because I'm so bad for wanting to get into the middle of the screen and be like, oh yeah, I'll put up a picture of what I'm talking about. And it's like, girl, where does the picture go? So they had so many dollar comics, so many bins. I didn't go through all of them, and I'm pretty sure they have even more than that. Like, I think possibly, but I could be lying, I think in the front of the store they also have a bunch of dollar bins. So they have a lot. So there was a lot to go through, but as I said, I was looking through them in between Pokemon games. So I think I went through like maybe 3 bins, and whenever it's a dollar bin, I feel like I like so many different characters, so many different groups. It's just hard. Like, I like Image, I like DC, I like Marvel. I'm not just a one kind of lane person. I'm in all the lanes. And I'm always finding all kinds of comics that I want. And it's like, it's a dollar, it's a dollar, it's a dollar, get it, get it. So it's like, I'll always end up with so many dollar, like, comics. Like, if I would have went through them and had the time to, I would have been in danger. There would have been a stack up to here. I seriously would have probably maybe done that. Maybe one day I'll go crazy. My birthday is not coming up. My birthday's at the end of July. I was gonna say maybe for my birthday I could go like on a fun comic book like shopping spree. Because last year for my birthday I went to the mall and I bought clothes. I got a Harley Quinn cool little plush. I'll put it up on the screen. It was a Fuggler, and now I have the Joker one to match. I can't remember what else I got, but I had fun. But maybe this year, instead of like going to the mall, I'll go to a comic book store and go crazy. But X-Men 97 annual, I did read this last night. And as I commented back to somebody on League of Comic Geeks, this cover is misleading. I don't know if you've ever read it. And if you want to read it, I mean, it has been out for many years now. It says 1997. It is 2026. But plug your ears if you don't want a spoiler. La 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 la. It says, they may win their war, but one will not survive. Well, I got to the end of the comic and I was like, who didn't survive? Everybody came out A-okay, or did I misread it? Because that was misleading. I mean, I'm still confused. Somebody else commented that, like, on League of Comic Geeks, so I'm not crazy for that. They were like, the cover's misleading, and I was thinking, and I did comment back, I was like, yeah, it misled me too. So, it was a good story, but not, like, they're okay. Okay, so the next 3 kind of go together. So I've been loving the X-Men, so I've seen some old X-Men, and they had a ton of them, but I seen 3 in a row, 58, 59, and 60, so I thought it would be good to like do that instead of just getting like, 60, 24, 37. So I try to do this so that way maybe I'd get like a little bit of a story. So this one says, and hopefully it's not misleading, it had to happen, Gambit versus Magneto. So that'll be cool. I love Gambit. The glare gets me sometimes. And this one says, roughed up by Hercules. Oh no. This is my first time reading it because I just was trying to find a few in a row. I seen the Gambit one. And I think I pulled this one out too. And was like, well, I need the other one. So this one just says ambushed. And we have them fighting, it looks like. So that one looks cool too. So I think that's all the X-Men comics I got, but I found 4 out of the dollar bins, and I'm pretty happy about that. I've already read one, and maybe, I don't know what to do. It's late, need to go to bed at some point. But I kind of want to read. I feel like I would read the X-Men comics, but I also want to organize Pokemon cards. That's why I have trouble sleeping sometimes, and I can't sleep until like I'm literally about to fall over because I'm like, but I want to do this, I want to do that. There's so many fun things to do, or sometimes there's not fun things to do, and there's like housework to do, and I'm like, but if I just stay up for 30 more minutes, I could get the dishes done. I could sweep. It turned like I'm bad for it, but at least I'm being productive. Even if it's fun productiveness, like maybe reading Archie, because I do love Archie, and my brother found this one for me. He also found another one in here for me. This one is Life with Archie, and it seems pretty funny. Archie's over here riding on the school board, and Veronica's down here, and her dad's over here. Might be a teacher, not sure. And it says, I shall bring Veronica home on time. And the dad is saying, I figured if it works in school, it should work here. So that's probably your mom. I've collected a lot of Archie. I've watched Riverdale, but I've not read too much Archie. I have read some of them. But boy, whenever you see my comic book collection, you'll understand why I may have not read all of the comics I have. Because I have a lot. Because when the comic book store that I love and go to opened, they just had tons and tons and tons of dollar bins and $2 bins. And when they reopened, because they closed and then they reopened, they got new owners who were so awesome. They're really nice too. But whenever they reopened, I had just started getting into comic books. So I also didn't have a hobby at this point because I had just moved back to the state. I was figuring out life, figuring out myself. This was years ago. And comic books is the first thing that I really got into. So whenever they had all these dollar bins and $2 bins, one, I didn't know what characters I super duper loved. Two, I didn't have any comic books at all. So it's like you have all of these comic books in front of you that are like $1, $2. All these series, because you could buy the series like completed, or there would be like, I remember there was a Batman run and I think I had pretty much all of it almost. I can't remember, it might be Tom King. But it's just like, I went crazy with buying comic books. It was something healthy for me to get into. It was something I could do with my sibling. We would go every week, and I have a lot of comic books. One day, whenever I'm old and I'm retired and I'm sitting in my rocking chair, I'm not going to run out of comic books to read. Let's put it that way. I'm going to be set for life. Unless I get to catching up on reading, but I have a decent amount of comic books. And this last summer, this other comic book store that I went to, because when the tornado happened, we had to move, and we moved an hour and away, and so there was a new comic book store. And this comic book store had a long box of the old Teen Titans series that I want to finish, and I need to sit down and figure out which ones I'm missing, because I should be almost, if not complete, with that series. The new Teen Titans, Marv Wolfman, George Perez, love them. That's why I got that action figure. I'll put a little picture. It's over there, but I'd have to climb underneath the Ring camera again at the cord, and there's boxes of Pokemon everywhere. I'll put a Vic. But that's why I loved that Raven action figure so much. But I got a long box of the new Teen Titans and some other miscellaneous stuff, because they basically told me you can buy a long box of dollar comics for $60-$50. Can't remember. I wonder if I made a video of that. I probably didn't, because there was so much going on with the tornado situation. So I wasn't really YouTubing too much, but I could have mentioned it in a video. I'm not sure. But it was crazy. I mean, one day I'll make a video where I'm showing you guys my collection and I'll show you what I'm talking about. But it's a long box. And to this day, I still can't believe that I got that, because some of those issues are like $10-$15, like, a piece. But I think I was told by my brother that that comic book store has a basement or something that is just filled with long boxes and just comic book boxes in general, and they just have so many comics where they're just like trying to like push them out and stuff. So to me, it's like a big deal, and it's also like a run that I love, so it's a big deal. But I think me and him was also talking, and he was like, to you it's crazy cool, but it's also like a super old run that maybe not many people are collecting, so they're like trying to push it out. And I'm like, well, let me have it. So that was super cool. Off track. But that was something that happened. So I have a lot of Robin comics. That's another thing that I love to collect, is Chuck Dixon's Robin run. Now, I think Chuck Dixon is controversial. I'm not really sure if that's still a thing or if I was just like on hater Twitter or what. But I don't think people like Chuck Dixon. But I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with Chuck Dixon. I like his writing. So I found some old Chuck Dixon comics. Robin. I love Robin so much. Who's your favorite Robin? I would say it's hard to pick, because I like Nightwing. We love him. I almost said his first name, but I feel like yes, it is his name, but it's also vulgar. Love Dick Grayson. But I also love Tim Drake, and I find Damian Wayne funny. And then Jason Todd, still love him. But I would say it would be between probably, it's so hard. Because I love Dick Grayson, but I also love Tim Drake. But I find Damian Wayne like a little bit funny because he's kind of like an asshole. So it's like, how am I leaving out a Robin? Like, yeah, Jason Todd, you're okay, but not my favorite, but he's still cool. But those three, it's really hard. I would say it would probably be between Tim and Dick, but at the same time, I still think Damien's really funny, so I don't know. I can't even answer my own question. You answer it below and let me know what your answer is, though. So we got this one. This one seemed pretty cool. Oh, could you even see the last one? Was I off frame? Sorry. He says, "Eep." He looks silly. He's scared. Fire is getting him. Okay. The snow has gotten him here. And then I thought this one is really cool. So, we got some cool Robins. I think it's funny whenever Tom King draws. I think he just did a Wonder Woman like cover where there's a variant cover, and I could be so wrong, but I think it's him. I'll put up a pic, but I'm pretty sure there's a Tom King Silly Funny cover out. And then this is the next one. So whenever I was looking through the dollar comics in between Pokemon games, my brother was looking with me, and he seen this one and pulled it out, and I thought he wanted it, so I grabbed it, and I talked to him today, and he said he meant to put it back. He didn't want it. He said he had 2 of them or something, and he said I could have it, and I said okay, I'll keep it. And he said it was the first appearance of John Kent's new suit, so I got a cool John Kent comic. I don't know if I kept telling him I was gonna read the John Kent series, and I never did. Maybe sometime he might have the graphic novel, and maybe I can borrow it from him, or if I go to the library, maybe they have it. sometimes you can get on the library apps like Hoopla, I think it's called, and you can read graphic novels that way. I don't know if I would want to read a graphic novel on my laptop though. I need a Kindle or an iPad. I need to be an iPad kid. I kind of want a Kindle, but also I don't know about it. Because it's like sometimes like I really get into things. Like I think it was the month of February, I was really into reading like novels, like actual books. And I made a Goodreads account. And I mean, I read a lot of books that month. But since that month ended, I haven't read a book. And I have a lot of books around the house. Like I think it's like the comic books. They will get read, but I just went into like a really big spree where I was like wanting to read like books. So I don't know. But so that's why I'm like, I don't know if I need a Kindle. I told myself before I bought the Kindle, whenever I was thinking about it, I was like, finish the novels that you already bought, the physical copies, and after that, then you can get a Kindle. But it's like, don't buy a Kindle before you read all these books. Like, But can you read graphic novels on Kindle? I would think so. I'm not justifying me buying a Kindle, but I'm just curious. But next up, we have Birds of Prey. I'm pretty sure my brother found this one for me too, and he found the next one, the Catwoman one. But I love Birds of Prey, and this one looks really interesting. Something crazy's happening. Maybe Gail Simone wrote The Birds of Prey. I'm pretty sure that's where I read her from. I'm pretty sure. But yes, Oracle. I wonder what's happening. I'll have to read it and find out. And then I'll let you guys know in my video. I'm like, these is the comic books I've read recently. La 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 la. But this is the last one. And this Catwoman is my favorite Catwoman. I love her in the purple suit and the long curly hair. Love that. Because nowadays, Catwoman and everybody can have their own opinions. Let me know. What is your opinion? Do you like Catwoman with the long, curly, cool hair? Or do you like her like with the short hair that she's got going on nowadays? Because for me, it's like I like her in the purple suit with the long curly hair. I think she looks pretty. Pretty. I sounded British, but I don't know. I don't really care for how she looks nowadays. She's just like, eh. And then back in the day, like in the 90s, I'm not trying to say Catwoman looked hot, but I think she looked hot. I think she looked pretty cute. It's like, sometimes when I see comic book characters, like Catwoman in the purple suit in the 90s, I'm like, oh, I want to be her. I want to look like her. But whenever I see her now, I'm like, I don't want to look like that. But I don't know. That's just my opinion, and I feel like that's wrong. Don't cancel me. But I just like how she looks with the long curly hair and the purple suit. And my favorite color is purple, so that might be why I gravitate towards that suit. But I don't know. I just love the long curly hair. I think she looks cute. But that is my opinion of Catwoman, my favorite costume of Catwoman. Like, I have a favorite Harley Quinn costume, technically too, because everybody likes the OG suit, and then I'm obsessed with the one in, I'm pretty sure, I almost say 1 in 51, because I was talking about it the other day, but the new 52 suit, I think she looks really cool in that one. I'll put up a pic. I made a video about that comic book once. I was like, Harley's most psychotic comic ever, and I mean, it is a crazy comic, but that is it for this video. It's almost been 30 minutes, and I didn't mean for that to happen. Oops. But I got really excited talking to you guys about some comic books. I was like, I'm just gonna make this video just be like 10 minutes, and it's 30 minutes later. Oops. I'm trying to make them shorter because one, it helps me edit them, and I feel like it's easier to edit them if they're like a little bit slow, like shorter. And I have time to, but at the same time I don't. So it's like if it's shorter, it helps me, and I can get them on YouTube a little bit quicker. And then I don't know if you guys like the long videos where I'm kind of like rambling and talking and getting a little off track, or if you guys like the shorter videos where I am on track and it's like, okay, we're done. Like, we're on track and on, we're getting it done. We're getting what needs to be said. So let me know, do you like the rambling or do you want me to be on track? If you want me to be more on track, I'll try harder. But if you guys don't care for the longer videos, I'll keep just being bubbly in myself. But that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a good day, and let me know what you've read recently, what you've picked up from the comic book store recently, what you're excited to read, because I'm excited to read these X-Men comics. I'm also excited to read the Gotham City Sirens one. I probably would have been excited to read the Uncanny X-Men and the X-Men comic, but like I said, I read it last night. But I'm definitely going to keep getting the Uncanny X-Men. That was a really good comic. But thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe because I'm going to keep making more fun videos, comic book and Pokemon. So if you've not checked out my channel before, thanks for checking out this video. And if you have been subscribed and if you have been watching my videos, thank you, because I really appreciate it. I really like making these videos. It's a lot of fun. So thank you for taking the time to watch it. But I'm gonna go, and I hope to see you in the next video. Toodaloo. Bye guys.